Literary reading as a part of the 28th annual Seedtime on the Cumberland Festival right here in beautiful downtown Whitesburg, Kentucky at the Appalshop since 1969, making media, movies, and more in the mountains. And it's an amazing thing. If you're out there in the world and would like to have an amazing experience, come visit us at Seedtime. There's something for everyone. Great music on the main stage, other music, real artists and crafters, no NASCAR stuff, and great food from the 4-H and all kinds of great things. This is a live broadcast on 88.7 WMMT, listener-supported Mountain Community Radio since 1985, a part of the Appalshop. See, we're going to have to get a sign. All right. You're listening to the Southern Appalachian Writers Co-op Literary Reading, part of Seedtime on the Cumberland, live on 88.7 WMMT. Please feel free to join us here at Seedtime. All kinds of great music taking place and other stuff. It's the finest little festival in the world, and certainly the finest in this neck of the woods, and you are invited. Up next, we have William Tribell. After years of living abroad, William Tribell has recently returned to the U.S. His work has appeared in journals and magazines around the world, including Mince's Calliope and the Pine Mountains Sand and Gravel. He's currently living in Cumberland Gap, Tennessee. Would you please welcome William Tribell?
And I'd like to thank everyone at Appalshop and the Southern Appalachian Writers Cooperative for having me here. And I guess I'd like to start with the piece I had in Pine Mountain Sand and Gravel, Volume 16, Appalachia. This is White Expansive. The pale blue smoke from a campfire, the pale blue lips and fingers rubbing noses raw to smell the cold and smoke, both on the wind uneasy like. Burn the whitewash, plank and pillar, to thaw and awaken fresh flesh, bone and sinew. With flask to pass, oh fare thee well, and hope to tell. Oh fare thee well, those who fail to see the sun light the morn. The pale blue smoke, campfire flame and crackle, that blue smoke reaching for the heavens higher yet than any steeple, for foxen hair with coat so warm, murder of crow at wing against a bitter wind and storm would seem fare better than the people. With flask to pass, oh fare thee well to see the light of morn, pale blue smoke from a campfire, burn the whitewash, plank and pillar, pine, cone and scrub, in winter's blight, good night. This is a piece, Moonlit Flit. In the shadow, just left of the light, from the moon, signs from on high, yeah, looking at the sky. And I'm not dreaming all of the time and scheming only part of the way. And every morning the sun breaks the silence. Indeed, the shadows hold the past. And maybe, as I'm on my way, uninsured, past broken doorknobs to the pavement, under the windowsills, potted plants and reality TV, through the hills to the ghetto man, my Uncle Sam says, it's all fine, taking my time, American dreams, southern comforts, prairie winds, desert, deserted haze, all the way to London town, all the way to anywhere, or southern France, speaking eyes face to face, no room for quotations, and smiling, yeah, all the way around and back. Maybe windows and doors, when it rains, The colors, pale and moody, dreary day or night, the same world you see. Fill the blanks. In the making, waking mind, windows, doors, thinking, before the rest catch on, and I'm gone. Broken branches. In the wood, a gravel road, beside a stream of liquid green, cottonwood rain, summertime, the sunshine, color vent rays, sunlit bright days, lost and languid, nostalgia of my generation, in the sound of an air conditioner, the sound of a ceiling fan, exhaust fumes, just like fresh cut grass, but misshapen, in memory's garden, twisted like bread ties and chubby checker. This is a new piece, it's called Meandering. Tired roads winding, up and over, down around, old mountain towns, but a splash of color, weary and worn, racing the grays into the misty nothing, tar paper and pine, clotheslines, wafting winds and wood smoke, and the cold, cornbread, beans and potatoes fried, the land where my fathers died, way up in the mountains where the eagles used to live, tired roads winding, weary and worn, on a misty morning. This poem is about where I grew up. When I was very young, I spent many a year here. It's called Old Harrodstown. That crazy, hazy, blue-purple hue at the edge of dark Kentucky eve, bluegrass and moon too soon, wind-blown whistle, sing-song, remember? Everything you ever find is something someone from earlier has left behind. Every stance held before, every lock and every door, pushed and passed, then oiled for more. Remember? Well-worn paths and the sidewalks, through town all around, childhood after childhood, each time standing where the others stood before. This is a bit of a sonnet, Brandywine. Grapes still grow on veteran vines held fast amid the oak and bramble hillside way. A path well trodden in an age long past, though now forgotten, few venture today. Through this passing the creepers straggle on, writhe and stray over earth and stone entwined, at odds with its own, the same until gone, waiting to be found by any incline. For the sweetest of yield be enshrouded here, far into the forest gloom, beauty deep. Where the wild things are, our eyes seldom peer, and so a rare pleasure seldom to reap. The more tortured the vine, it has been said, the sweeter the berry one is fed. And I'd like to end with a piece called Paths, and this was inspired by the famous Robert Frost poem. To begin and back again, through a yellow wood, would that they could, roads winding, but most forget where all they've stood. To begin and back again, they really never could. Two roads well may be, amid undergrowth and stick, but most can never really see, a matter of perception, the forest and the tree.
All right, mighty fine, Clementine. All right, William Tribell, thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
All right, it's about time for a station break, and time to let you know that you are listening to the Southern Appalachian Writers Co-op Literary Reading, the annual part of Seedtime on the Cumberland, taking place here at the Appalshop in downtown Whitesburg, Kentucky, the 28th annual Seedtime on the Cumberland Festival. It is a delight to be on your radio dial. It's a delight to have such a great radio station as WMMT, listener-supported, consumer-run mountain community public radio. And with that said, we have done it. And please stay tuned for all of the great music coming place from the main stage. All right, I was asleep at the wheel and I realized you don't hear a poem with Chubby Checker in it very often. And William Tribell's poem, just a little interlude. How many of you know how Chubby Checker got his name?
Fats Domino.
Ah, somebody actually knows. All right, all right. Well, Fats Domino, of course, had become famous, and so he became Chubby Checker. Well, now, how many of you know, and I actually had the 45 record of this, there was another fellow who followed them, and his name was Tubby Chess.
Yeah.
And you can look it up. All right. You're listening to the Sock Reading at Seedtime on the Cumberland.